Hello and welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree. Here I do tarot readings for self-transformation through illumination. My tarot readings are readings for lighting things in dark places or bringing things to the forefront that might have been pushed down way under, or shining a light on something that doesn't necessarily want to be seen. So sometimes these readings can be a little deep, but sometimes we need deep. And so you may or may not resonate with this reading. It just might not be your time. And if that's the case, you can try any of your other placements, or you can try to find a tarot reading based on title. You can use your third eye to help guide you. And I believe that we have all 13 zodiacal energies in our charts because of the house system. So any of these readings can help you at any time. And yes, I did say 13. I work with constellational astrology. I do a little bit of tropical astrology, but my heart lies in constellational astrology. And we do have a 13th constellation on our ecliptic, and that is Ophiuchus, and that is today's reading. This is a reading for the energy of Ophiuchus. All right, so I start my Ophiuchus videos with a little bit of background on Ophiuchus because not many people are familiar with Ophiuchus, and it is above the mostly above the ecliptic near Scorpio, in between Scorpio and Libra, I think. Don't quite quote me on that. I don't have my chart with me here. So anyhow, the galactic center resides in the Ophiuchian constellation. And Ophiuchus is ruled by Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer. Actually, I think Ophiuchus is the wounded healer as well, because I believe his myth is that he was shot in the leg somewhere, and he healed himself so that he could heal others. And I believe he also sacrificed himself as well. So a great energy to read up on. And I think Ophiuchus and Scorpio work really well together as far as healing and transformation goes, because as you heal, you begin to transform. And it's amazing that the galactic center is in the constellation of Ophiuchus, because perhaps that's where we ascend to once we have completely healed and we have completely transformed. So, okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This is Tarot Avatara by Gabby Angus West, Tattoo Tarot by Mega Munden. I will put these aside and we will use this deck. This is the Medicine Woman Oracle, and this is by what is her name? Christine Maillard. Yes. So I've been pulling this card first, and I think it's pretty cool. It kind of gives me something to work with, somewhere to start. And so I'm going to continue doing that. Sometimes I pull the card last. For whatever reason, I just feel called to pull it last, and that is what I do. Are these all colors represented? These are. So these cards are separated by color. I think there's actually one more. There is. Oh no, that's that color. Maybe there, I don't know. I thought maybe there was a fifth color, but I guess I am wrong. So these cards are separated by color, and each of the colors represent an archetype, I guess you could say. And so yes, these are the 4 archetypes being represented here. I think that's pretty cool that we had all 4 shown. All right, Ophiuchus, I'm going to draw your card, and let's see what's going on with you. Mystery. Ooh, what a pretty card. All of these cards are just gorgeous. I really like the color scheme. I really like this indigo blue. And this is more of a feminine centered card, or deck rather, but the masculine holds femininity as well. And in order for us to be truly balanced, we need to be balanced in both our masculine and our feminine. And sometimes, actually, all the times, recognizing the feminine helps to bring out our femininity and to understand that the feminine is there. And so if you are one of my male readers, then, or watchers, then this too can apply to you. This too can apply to you so that you can learn to work with your feminine energy, recognize the feminine energy in yourself and in others. Okay, so our card here is 5, mystery. Open yourself to the unseen. A direction is revealed. Oh, okay, that's always nice to have a direction. Okay, let's pull this card. All right. The message: I am a mystery to be experienced, not a problem to solve. Destiny or providence. Open yourself up to this in-between realm. One moment, my cats are messing with something. Okay, a quick pause. These cats, they just get into everything. You know, kittens are cute and adorable and everything, and then they turn into teenagers. And then they're just running amok for, I would say, about 2 years. So, yes. So those cats, my grandmother did give me a box, and in the box, it's lined with this beautiful plush red velvet. And so they took it upon themselves to scratch up the red velvet and pull it off the bottom of the inside of the box. So I had to go stop that. Sometimes I will let them play. Sometimes I'll let them have their fun. But when the sun's coming out. Oh, I wonder if you guys noticed the brightness that happened. Yeah, sometimes I let them play, sometimes I let them make a mess, and sometimes I just can't. I can't let them play with my grandmother's box. Okay. While society encouraged us to rationalize, let's return to mystery. Beyond their multiple daily occupations and commitments, women possess an ability and taste for mystery, for myths and legends. They know the power of the great archetypes that rule us, and they could see beyond appearances. Unseen worlds are familiar to us, whether they be the realms of ancestors, spirit guides, animal people, planets, or even the deceased. The dance of the cosmos is a language that we aspire to decode. Life whispers to you there is a reality beyond what we see. To discover that other reality, it is time to open yourself up to other dimensions and cultivate a new intimacy with the world. This card questions your life path. Leave your certainties aside, change your outlook, listen to hidden meanings, to the world between realms. Mystery can then present itself and offer you a new understanding of your life pattern and all its threads. Between destiny and providence, lift the veil. Don't try to find ready-made solutions. A realization, a direction will be revealed to you. Awaken your gift. Somewhere inside you there is the memory of ancestral wisdom, a memory that knows the magical life. Summon the medicine of the unseen, the source of the feminine. There are different ways to converse with the universe, the science of archetypes, stories, runes, and dreams. Go and meet them to answer your question. You can also draw a medicine wheel or consult the planets with the help of an astrologer. Engage in a practice that meets your soul's aspiration. What is your medium? Explore and question. Let yourself be initiated by the great adventure of life. Then meaning will appear, unveiling your destiny. So basically, we just need to open ourselves up. We need to look in places that we have not looked before. Look in places that we have not necessarily been taught, but learn on our own, or maybe seek the help of a guide to show you how to see into the unseen world. And a great way to do that would be meditation. I always say working with the moon is good, so that can be left unsaid, but I will say it anyway. Working with the moon is a wonderful way to strengthen your relationship with the unseen. And once you start opening yourself up to one aspect, it's a lot easier to open yourselves up to other aspects. I think I started with being open to nature and knowing that everything has a spirit, a consciousness. I have always been drawn to nature and I have always felt that there is just something innately alive in nature, in rocks, in formations, in water, in trees. And I can just feel I've always been able to feel their spirits. And but it wasn't until recently that I actually started working with the moon. Maybe about 10 years ago, I started working with the moon and I could feel her presence and I could feel just the energy that was being shined down on me, and my relationship with the moon increased. And then I started to look at the stars and work with the stars. And now I'm learning to read the cosmos. I'm beginning to learn the language of the cosmos, and I'm taking some astrology coursework so to help me with that. And I do have a guide, a person who's going to teach me and to be my mentor. So sometimes we need to seek out the help of a mentor. We can't always do it on our own. Okay, so open yourself to the unseen. A direction is revealed. All right, so what I'm going to do is use this deck, the Tarot Avatara, and we're going to pull 3 cards that's going to show us our main energies that we are going to be diving into today. I love to shuffle this deck. I hope you guys can hear it. Sometimes my microphone kind of has some, what are they called? Limiters, or I don't know the technical term, but it drowns out the background noise. So really you can only hear my crisp voice. All right. Oh, this just shuffles so beautifully. I just don't want to stop. All right, one more shuffle for you, Ophiuchus. All right, here we go. Let's see what cards are for you today, Ophiuchus. Judgment. 6 of Pentacles. And the Lovers. 2 major arcana. Okay, so this deck is, you can really see it here. It's apparent in this card. This deck was made in the likeness of Frida Kahlo. Sorry, my Spanish R rolling is not very good, and it seems like the R and the D put together is really hard for me to do. Frida. And just like saying Conrado, that's a hard one too. So Frida Kahlo was a Mexican artist born in the early 1900s, I think 1907. I'm not mistaken, and she was a surrealist. She was a woman, and a woman who was not afraid to be herself, and she lived through tremendous pain physically and emotionally, but it showed through in her art. She was able to just paint beautiful things, and if you're interested, check out her biography. This deck really has a lot of emotion in it, and I can feel the emotion, the pain, the beauty of what this artist is representing through Frida. So, all right, Judgment, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Lovers. So in this deck, we do have literal judgment. Frida is literally being judged by these bidders, it would seem. We've got all these dollar amounts floating around. And we see she has angel wings, and her heart is tied around her neck as well. And she also has the halo of an anointed saint. So I'm not getting an initial read here. I'm going to have to draw the rest of these to see how these all work together. The Lovers, this is her husband Diego, and this does look like Frida in a way, but it kind of has a monkey kind of face to me. I don't know if maybe that was in on purpose by the artist or what. But this elephant is holding an egg. We've got a serpent here, a dove. Again, Frida has wings. And so these two lovers are traversing through life together, it looks like. The wisdom of the elephant, the transformation of the snake, the embodiment of life with this egg here, and the elephant is holding it very delicately. Let's see, and the Six of Pentacles. So this is a card of, this is a thought-based deck, and I don't want to, sometimes the meaning of the thought-based deck is just a little bit different than RWS. They are both from the Golden Dawn, what would that be called? Religion. I don't know if it was necessarily a religion, but they're both RW. Waite and Crowley are from Golden Dawn, trained in the ways of Golden Dawn. So, but their card meanings are a little bit different. And in the Thoth deck, some of the names of the major arcana are changed as well. And also in the Thoth deck, we don't have kings, though in Tarot Avatara, it does have the king. And Thoth just has prince, princess, queen, and knight. So this is an improvement in finances or health, charitable donations, being open to opportunities, and the control of material circumstances. So it is pretty much basically like the RWS. Now, with it being in reverse, there might be a holding back of resources. There might be... Let's go ahead and pull from the Megamundan deck. All right, let's do that. I did a nice flip through of this Tarot Avatara if you're interested in checking out the beautiful art. I feel like I might have to do the flip through again because the color wasn't really as rich as it is in these decks. The color of the camera, excuse me. Oh, I am so sorry. All right, sorry about that. You know, I have been having these coughing fits lately. I don't know if it's the COVID still lingering or what, but it is not cool. Just staying COVID, man. All right, the World. I put that up there. Seven of Wands in reverse. The Devil in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse. King of Swords. Queen of Swords in reverse. Magician. Seven of Swords. And King of Wands in reverse. Wow, okay, let's sit with this. So two major arcana here. Another major arcana. And we've got our two court cards under the Lovers. Oh, actually all courts under the Lovers. Okay. And so our card is, our oracle card is Mystery. Open yourself up to the unseen. A direction is revealed. So usually when I read the Judgment card, I feel like that's a call for, I call it my taking stock card. And I feel it is time to look at things, look at what it is we're doing, is it in line with our goals that we have set with for ourselves? Are we doing what it is that we need to do to reach those goals? So it's not so much as, you know, being called up and from the dead, going through a transformation for me, but it's also but it's more about checking yourself, making sure that you're doing what you need to be doing, and making sure that you're in line. And and that's kind of what I feel here. I don't necessarily, this is a truly being judged, or feeling that others are being, or that you're being judged by others, or, but I do feel it is time for you to really to take stock in what it is that you're doing, and making sure that that it's in line with your ultimate goal here. And what is it that you need to do? What is it that you can take control of, and start working with those energies to produce something? We do have the Seven of Wands in reverse here. And this is fire energy, and this is a card of defense in a way. It's kind of like, I'm ready to take on this fight, but with it being in reverse and right next to the devil in reverse, I almost feel like you've kind of given up in a way. Not so much given up, but looking the other direction, not so much recognizing your oh my goodness, this is a good spread. I almost ended because of my coughing fit. I kind of felt like, oh no, should I continue with this read or not? And I almost decided to cut the video off and perhaps go run my errands or something. But I'm glad I stuck with it, because I feel like there is an underlying message for you, in that this cannot sit well for you, because there is some sort of block happening here. Seven of Swords is a card of deceit, and there could be some self-deceit in the way that it's relating to this devil in reverse here. When cards are in reverse, either they're not expressing themselves fully, the energy is still there, but it's perhaps hidden. Perhaps it hasn't been realized yet. And so what I see happening here is that you have some pretty high sights set for yourself, but are you really doing the things that need to be done so that you can reach these goals, so that you can move forward, and so that you can ultimately be happy in life? What is it that you need to do to take control of these things? And I get the feeling here that there is kind of some stagnant energies, some energies that's not being moved. It's like a puddle that doesn't have anywhere to go, but yet the water is starting to get bacteria. We're starting to get like those bubbles coming up, and mosquitoes are laying their eggs in there. I mean, it's nice to be life-giving, but mosquitoes running around. I have a love-hate relationship with mosquitoes. The males are pollinators, but the females, of course, come and sting you and suck your blood. And my daughter is allergic big time to mosquitoes, and she scratches and scratches and scratches, and she draws blood so much that she scratches. And so we don't like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes don't bother me so much. Of course, I'll shoo them away. And I think I made a pact with the mosquitoes. I asked them not to bother me because I was outside working with the moon, and I would just get swarmed with them. And then I politely asked them to leave me alone, and it seems as though they leave me alone now. Not only so I can do my work outside, but that also translates to when I'm outside not doing moon work, that the mosquitoes kind of leave me alone for the most part. And so there goes my love-hate relationship with them. I realize that this is a female who's trying to do what she needs to do to get her eggs born, hatched, laid. And I feel sorry for this mother, but I'm a mother too, and I've got to protect my young. Anyway, I digress. And so this puddle it's not being allowed to flow. And I feel that there might be some deceit on your part, in that you might be accepting of this lot in life, accepting that you cannot perhaps receive receive that which you dream of. But I urge you to open yourself up, right? Like what this card is telling us. Open yourself up to the unseen magic, and look at the stars, look at nature, look at the moon, and try and remember those goals that you have set for yourself. Remember that you can achieve these things, that this world is here for us to mold, and for us to make it what it is that we want it to be. We don't have to be in sadness, and we don't have to be in in pain. There is a card in this deck where the artist expresses, it really touched a sentimental chord in me. Look at the video that I'm posting, the link of this, and you can see that. But the artist was expressing the pain that Frida felt. She didn't know whether, either she would sit and be still and not be in pain, or she would move and experience something like a dance, and then she would pay for it afterwards in the physical pain that she would experience. And that sort of decision that you have to make, do I be in pain so I can experience this, or do I not experience something so I don't have to be in pain, I think is where your decision is coming in. And don't deceive yourself that a life without pain is much better. Sometimes in order for us to experience the good, we've got to know what it feels like to have the bad, or to have nothing, in order to be appreciative of the good. And so with the Lovers here, I feel like there might be some masculine and feminine energy. So this could be in relation to a union that you have going. Perhaps your goals set for this union, there's been some setbacks, and perhaps you feel that maybe this union isn't quite in your cards, and that there's nothing to do about it. But that's probably the illusion that we have going on here. That's probably the illusion that you've kind of, the story that you're telling yourself, so that you don't have to go through this pain anymore. But I do see we have a King of Swords here, and we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse, and both of these are they both are air energy, right? And so we've got a lot of logic going on here. With our Queen of Swords in reverse, this might be you allowing your not being able to express your emotions, not being able to communicate your emotions effectively. And perhaps this King of Swords is too much of an analytical point of view, and not so much living in the water world of a union. We have the King of Wands here, which is kind of confusing. I would have liked to see him upright, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing. He's air of fire, and sometimes when we get too much air into fire, it can burn uncontrollably. So the message that I'm getting here is to really work in what it is to really understand your goal that you want out of this union, and not allow the passions, not allow too much of the logical side feed into this, but allow yourself to express what it is that you want out of this relationship, and do the things necessary to bring this relationship into the ultimate beauty that it is, that you've been dreaming of. So yes, that's all I have for you, Ophiuchus. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I didn't stop this reading. And how amazing is it that I didn't have that coughing fit again? So, as usual, thank you so much for watching. If you know anyone who can benefit from this reading, from this message, please share. And as I've stated before, it doesn't matter whether your sun is in Ophiuchus or you just have a house in Ophiuchus. You do have the, everyone has the Ophiucan energy. And whether or not you believe that Ophiuchus is a zodiac sign, there still is a constellation in our sky, in our ecliptic, that passes over us every year. The sun traverses it, so does the moon and all of the other planets. So this Ophiucan energy is shine down on us. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next video. Take care.